This week on the round 1300K multi, as always, we try and turn $10 into 100 grand punting on the footy.
We got the Premiership Pie, first goal glory.
You guys know where to find us.
At 100K Sports, Instagram, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Like, subscribe, send to a mate that's never listened before. Make them a cup of tea when they listen to it.
But
Cheers.
welcome back to the show that's bigger than Buddy. The show that's out of form like Malikan and Grundy. Welcome back to the show that's never out of the fight. The show that can kick bigger torps than Malcolm Blight. Welcome back to the Blues who are fresh off a bye. And tonight we bring back an old segment and the Premiership Pie. Welcome back to the 100K Footy Show, where every week we get together, we collect our best bets for the weekend, we slap a cool, hard, crisp $10 in pursuit to try and win $100,000. Boys, this season we will be officially powered by...
PointsBet, of course.
Absolutely, we are, boys. It's awesome to be back in studio, nice and comfy. Footy's back, Morgs. Footy's back,
well
and Jev, good to be back.
Oh, it is great to be back. Morgs, you touched on it last week in ups and downs. I'm worried about Tassie and the new stadium, Darcy. Why don't they play hide and seek in Tasmania?
Oh, why is that?
Because good luck hiding when your uncle is also your dad and your neighbour.
Yep, that is... That's good, Jev. He's very sharp off the top. Lewis, how are you, my good man? Long Dong Silver.
Footy well and truly back now. I think we can still say it. Round 13, here we are. Very excited. First goal glory was a hit. It's all happening, Dust.
Yeah, 100% it was. So on tonight's show, guys, the Premiership Pie, the round 1300K multi. Tomorrow's headlines today, which we're bringing back, and officially the world famous ramble where we talk about Thursday and Friday night, which will be in the last third. So let's kick us off with last week's multi. We always like to revisit how we went last week. Our crack at trying to turn $10 into $100,000. So we call it good legs, stiff legs. So last week's multi, we went 12 out of 21 legs by my calculations, about 69%. About 69%. So let's start off with the stiff legs. There's never bad legs, just legs that just didn't quite hit. Jev, kick us off.
Yeah, Chad for 20 and 1. He had 18, didn't kick a goal, so it's not a good leg. I took Cozzy for 20 and 3. Took a bit of risk on Sunday.
What did he have?
12 and zip.
Yeah, nice.
12 and zip. The best bet in football, Ollie Dempsey to kick 2. He only kicked 1 goal, 1.
Yep.
So that was
Should have kicked a couple.
Should have kicked a couple.
And I like he had the shot on goal as well.
Yeah,
the form was there.
Kicked the goal, yeah.
My only bad was Rankin. So I had Rankin for 20 and 1 club. He kicked his 1 and didn't have his 20. Only had 18.
Yep.
You had a good week then.
Yeah, I've had a good month, I reckon.
This is a bad leg, not a stiff leg. Jesse Hogan for 4.
He didn't have a kick.
Hard to swallow, yeah.
Is there a way that we can show him his own highlights so he remembers who he is?
We need to.
Another home game, or it's now Monaco, but he's got to kick some sausages. Jordan Dawson for 25, thought the form was there, and I thought that they would have really pressed against the Swans. They played awesome. He just didn't have to have 25, unfortunately. And then Bailey Fritsch, the Fritschel. Had him for 2 on the kick 1, so that's pretty stiff leg. Do you have any good ones?
Yeah, Noah Anderson for 25.
Yeah, Barker.
Kettle Jocks Tom Green for 25.
Nice.
Callum Brown for 2. That was a good leg.
That was really nice.
And Isaac Heaney for 20 and 1. He had his 20 and 1.
That's awesome.
Aaron Cabin for 1. That was just always
Your man,
hit.
your man,
Rankin, I said, hit the G-Wow, Great Wall of Wilkie, as you said. Had him for 15 dubs, which was a great leg. Had 31 Alice Springs.
Nice.
And Tyson Stengel for 2 in that last game. He kicked 2, so great leg.
That's fantastic. I had Rao for 20, Petrarca for 1, and Jez for 4. Now, guys, speaking of good legs, first goal glory, Jev. It was back. So this is our first week. So
insane.
I'm going to re-explain how we do it. So for anyone that doesn't know, 100K for 100 strikes is officially live right now. So how it works, we play first goal glory every Friday night. We each select 2 players to kick the first goal. We get them for the first half and the second half. Whatever the payer plays, we get that value in points. For example, Jev on Friday night had Jamie Allett to kick the first, so you get him in both halves. In the first half, he was paying $9. In the second half, he was paying $9.50. So as you can see, Jev has 18.5 points so far. Whoever has the lowest score tally by the end of the footy season, so it goes up until the last Friday prelim. So we go every Friday from here till the end of the season, will have to be at a bowling alley. They cannot leave until they hit 100 strikes. This may take from anywhere up to 6 to 8 hours plus.
Yeah, we worked it out last week. If you average 3 per game, which I think is generous, but 3 per game will average out to be 6.6 hours. So I think you're looking at 8 hours.
I think I explained that correctly. So we
100%.
each get 2 players each. You get their value for the first half and the second half, whatever that is. Obviously on PointsBet, we get that. We screenshot that. So Jev got Jamie Allett as one of his picks, and he kicked the first and the first of the third quarter. So
unbelievable.
8.5 points, Jev.
It's a great start. I actually think I will not bowl now. I just think I'm that far ahead. I think I'm not bowling. It's just between you two.
I kind of agree, to be honest.
It's been a good start. So we give our picks in the ramble, don't we?
In the ramble
later. Yep.
Let's get into it, guys. We're going to bring back an old segment. Tomorrow's headlines today, where we predict a headline of tomorrow today. tomorrow being this weekend of football. So, Jev, an imaginary headline, what are you picking for this weekend?
Cox hits the G-spot. Cox finally rallies the troops to win on the MCG, or the G, as Chad and Isaac run right on the young Tiger Cubs, combining for 50-4 before their bye.
Wow, so that's going to be the headline after the...
Cox hits the G-spot. Bang on the Herald Sun.
Bang.
50-4, that's almost on points bet. You gonna make that happen?
Yeah, 50-4. I'd love to.
On the shirt.
It's a great headline.
G-spot, great headline.
Lewis?
The Tigers extend their unbeaten streak at home against the Swans to 1,527 days, Darth.
Shit.
The Tigers go to 3-0 against Sydney at the G since round 3 in 2021. The Tigers are a better side here, Jev.
They are.
You and I were there both there last year when the Tigers absolutely demoed the Swans.
Yep.
I think it happens again, Darth. This is my favourite bet. This is probably a long headline, but $2.75 head-to-head or $1.87 for 14.5. I'm gobbling up both.
Did you say the Swans haven't beaten them at the MCG in 1,257 days?
1,527 days.
Holy shit.
They're undefeated. They go to 3-0 this week.
That is incredible. What a headline.
That is a great headline.
Boys, I've got one for Sunday night. Blues Essendon. So Monday morning, you look at the paper, it's going to be Knackers, Caddy and the boys leave with blue balls as the Blues beat the brakes off the Bombers.
Yeah, perfect.
That's what we're going to see. That's what we're going to see.
Leaves with blue balls as the Blues beat the brakes off the Bombers.
That's exactly what
awesome.
we're going to see. It's going to be penciled, Herald Sun, The Age.
I think we've done this segment twice, and both have featured blue balls from you, which I like.
Bit of a recycle. We bring it back a second. New audience.
I like it.
Lather, rinse, and repeat. So that is tomorrow's headlines today.
Great segment.
If you guys have one in
Yeah.
the comments, let us know what there might be one for this weekend.
I got one for next week. Boys go 69% round 1300K. There you go.
We might win.
All right, boys, it is now time for the tastiest segment in sports. Your team's premiership chances in pie form. Calculated on form, potential, the eye test, and the nous. Alert your mother, alert your father, and tell your partner, and tell your spouse. Give us the most popular pie on the market, just edging out the cream pie. Give us, Jev, your premiership pie.
Luke, can you update us on what my round 5 premiership pie was, I believe, or was it round 10? Round 10 premiership pie. My last premiership pie, can you please update us?
Cut this.
The premiership cream pie.
Yeah, absolutely I can. So obviously this was on Sench, Jev, which was huge for you. The pie is breaking airwaves on Instagram. It's unbelievable. So we had the Blues, Bombers and Swans at 1%.
That's going to be down.
Suns at 5%. Crows at 8%. Geelong and Hawthorn and the Dogs both are all at 10%. Giants at 14%, and then your two big dogs at 20% each for Collingwood and Brisbane. Now, Jev, I expect this just to be the exact same.
No, it's not. It's a bit different. This is my premiership pie, in my opinion only. These aren't the betting odds on PointsBet or the ladder on your AFL app or the standings in the paper dust. This is my premiership pie. I've officially ruled out half of the competition from winning the flag, and then half remain. So 0%. West Coast, North, Richmond, Port Adelaide, Melbourne, St Kilda, Essendon, Carlton, and the Swans. As a Nubby Swan supporter, as I am,
You're not winning it.
we aren't lifting the premiership train this year, are we?
Nope.
We're not. We are not.
Honest
So,
call.
out. First on the pie, 2%. Down from 10% on the last pie to 2%, Hawthorn. They are just so out of form. Sicily, Wizard, Moore, Massimo, Weddle, Chol, Bruce, CJ are all in horrendous form. I actually think there's more of a chance they miss the finals than win the flag. There are 9 teams trying to squeeze into 8 right now, and I think they're the worst of the 9. So only 2% for the Hawks for me. 4%. Freo and the Gold Coast. Freo went from 0% to 4%. They are growing up in front of our eyes, boys. They are starting to win on the road. They handle business at home. Their draw is great. I can't rule them out of the prelim final. And Gold Coast from 5% to 4%. Similar to what I said about them last time. I absolutely love everything about them and where they are heading. I don't think they can go from never playing in a final as a football club before to holding the Premiership Cup up on the G. They have to go through their lumps like all young teams do. 10% for 3 teams who I think are slightest tier below the next 3. So 3 teams, 10%, Adelaide, GWS and Brisbane. Adelaide up from 8% to 10%. I saw it firsthand on the weekend, boys. The Crows have some firepower. Gee whiz. Their game is in great order.
Wow.
A bit similar to Gold Coast. They haven't played a final since 2017. I'm not sure they can win it all. Maybe this Crows team nearly goes through a lump or two. They could play in a prelim as well. 10% Brisbane and GWS. You know I'm never quitting on GWS. The best forward, the best defender, the best footballer in the comp. They need to get better, but I'm all in. And the Lions. I'm not as high on the Lions as their ladder position suggests.
Okay.
I'm still not sure they've replaced Joe Danaher properly.
Go on.
Charlie Cameron's in bang on average form, so just 10% for the Lions for me. I'm a little more down on what they are in the ladder. An even slice of the pie for these three teams. Again, this is my opinion. I think these are the three best teams in the comp, and I can't split them. 20% to Collingwood, Geelong, and the Western Bulldogs. Yes, we know the Pies are top of the ladder, universally agreed on the best team in the comp with the best player in the comp, but I'm happy to be late to the party and not be all in on them. I personally don't think they're clearly better than these two other teams, and that other 20% is Geelong, who have beaten the Pies on the G, have the two hottest players in the comp in Jez and Bailey Smith, and one of the easiest draws I've ever seen remaining.
It's unbelievable.
I think they're every bit as good and a chance as Collingwood are. And the 20%, a team goes into this round sitting 9th on the ladder. I don't care. I think they're as good or better than any team in the comp. I'll never quit on a team that has Marcus Bontempelli. They've got Treloar coming back to an already loaded midfield. And Sam Darcy is 2 to 3 weeks away. And apparently he's been on the Riley Thilthorpe Liver King diet.
Really?
He's put on 2 to 3 kilos. Bit of size. He's heavier. Bevo's coaching his nuts off. I'm all in on the Dogs, so 20% to them as well. So that is the premiership pie. 2% Hawthorn, 4% Freo, 4% Gold Coast, 10% to Adelaide, GWS and Brisbane, 20% to Collingwood, Geelong and Western Bulldogs.
That's awesome. First thing, do you reckon what's more likely? Is there a chance a team that you said 0% comes back in, or you make another green tea with milk?
Me make another green tea with milk.
So the 0% is not one of them's coming back in for the whole year.
Who could you?
No, just if the team wins 10 in a row,
I can't.
Undefeated, but
the only team I can see winning 10 in a row is the Swans, because I'm a Swans nuffy and it's not happening.
No, I agree.
So green tea and milk's coming back.
Carlton are only on 4 wins.
I'm not asking about Carlton. I said so none of those can come back into the pie for the rest of the year.
Maybe Essendon, but no, they're not good enough.
They're not winning the flag.
They're not winning the
That's
flag.
what I mean.
That's hands down, Jeff, your best ever pyramid. Like
Pie.
pie.
Thank you.
Cut that, Trav. Purely because, Das, now look at the ladder here, as you said. So the Dogs pay $7.50 to win the flag. So they're fourth favourite. The flag sitting 9th. But you're 100% right. You look at the teams. Now, we love the Suns, but they haven't done it yet. The Crows, same thing. Giants, we're not sure about. Freo, we're above them. So that is one of your best pies.
So how many teams did you have, in the pie? 9. I can't wait for a few weeks, and you've seen enough, and there's 6.
Yeah, I can happily
That's
cut
it.
it down to 6.
There's just 6 teams that can win it, and then eventually you just get to 2. You just call it from round 20.
Remember last year I had the Swans about 90% this time.
It's true. They were playing the lights out.
I was,
It was 90%
right at the time.
No, well done, Jeff. That's your best ever.
Oh, that was awesome. All right, so that's the first third of the pods. Coming up after this, we have the round 13 100K multi. It's awesome. Ooh, we're back.
Let's go.
Oh, fantastic stinger. What a transition. All right, guys, let's get into it. So we kick off the 100K multi on Saturday. Swans and the Richmond Tigers, Jeff. This is at the MCG. As Morg said, I got him to send it to me. You guys haven't beaten them there in 1,527 days.
57 days.
It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So
275 head to head.
that's a good bet.
Gobble it.
Jeff, kick us off. Who do you like for the 100K?
There are very few certainties in life, fellas.
Yes.
Death,
Yep.
taxes,
Yeah.
sweet and sour sauce with your nuggets,
Definitely.
Yep. No
a
bubbles.
hungover zinger box,
Ooh.
and the Swans beating the Tigers this week. They are an absolute lock. Absolute locks. There is 0% chance they lose this
Put that
weekend.
on a pie.
So give me
shit.
Isaac Heaney for 20 touches at $1.20.
Great.
I'm getting $1.20 for the best player on the damn field to have 20 touches, Morgan.
$1.20.
He'll kick 3 as well. We'll hit the bye with some momentum. This
Yeah.
is trouble for the rest of the competition.
like it.
Heaney 20, Swans to win. Swans to win isn't in the 100K, just Heaney 20. Cheers.
The cat's out of the bag, you reckon?
Oh, we're certainly.
I love it. No run!
No run.
Soldering arms.
All right, boys. I'm going to take the man. He reads the ball like a prophecy, but hits like the prophecy's fulfilled. Sent back from the future to not only gather a paycheck, but to collect 20 touches in the first game. You know what he says to the ball when he disposes of it? I'll be back. Give me the Tarantinator, Tim Taranto for 20 touches at $1.14. He's 100% over his last 20 games. He's 100% over his last 20 games, boys, to get 20 touches.
That's great.
His last
Well done,
3
mate.
times against the Swans. 34, 29, 35.
Love it.
We only need him for 20 at $1.14. This is awesome. So I must say, repeat, Swans don't lose.
Do
it
not
is
lose this weekend.
100%
100% they win.
Beautiful. All right, let's get on to the next game. So Geelong and the Suns. So this is going to be absolutely freezing, wet and wild. Jeff, who do you like in this one?
No runs.
Yeah, no worries.
Wow.
Give me my man, big maximum effort, Max Holmes, Jev. 20 plus, $1.22. Talk about the second banana. That's why I like it.
Talk about it.
Now, obviously, that's not a knock on him, but we got Baz Smith. Now, everyone's looking towards Baz Smith. Max Holmes is like a capricosa to a pepperoni here. Like, still an unbelievable slice of pie, but all the attention is going to the pepperoni. And in this case, the pepperoni is Baz. Baz is like your auntie's best friend that your uncle can't take his eyes off. That's what teams are treating Baz like. So I'm going to bet your Baz and raise you a Holmes, Jeff. His last 5, 21, 30, 22, 33, 27. We spoke about it in the pregame. And we said that the attention is going to go to Baz. Holmes will do his thing just for 20 disposals. Baz didn't get into the 100K, did he?
He didn't make it in.
No, he was for 25 at the $1.20. So we've taken that lower price point of the $1.22. Green
less
bricks
touches.
Yeah.
It's
just take the tick and move
He's
on.
100% getting that. Boys, give me this guy. He's not just a key forward. He's the town butcher, the baker, and the full-time bag snagger. He catches 12 fish, shoos the foxes from the hen house, and then comes down and kicks 4 in the first quarter. The cows don't just give milk. Jezza just stares at them and says it's game time. Boys, Jez Cameron for 2 sausages at $1.33. This is my best leg of the week.
Really?
Best leg of the week. 18 snags in the last 3 games.
That's so many
20
snags.
goals in his last 5 games against the Suns. That's an average of 4 goals a game, boys. Not only that, he's averaging 4.4 goals a game in his last 5 at home.
Yep.
It's sausages galore. He's so good. How can we not bet on him?
I agree.
How can we not bet on him? Even last week, it looks like he was going to get held by Ruben Jinbi, and he comes out, kicks 4 goals, 1 in the last quarter, just got off the chain, and even like went straight up to him after the game, and you can see he's like, mate, you had me for pretty much the whole game. But you got to have him for the whole game to have him for the whole game.
That's a good call.
You got to take the scalp to take the scalp.
Great
Know what I'm
call.
saying? So got him in there. Absolutely love this.
It's pyramid week
geez.
next week.
Top 3 runs.
Yeah, he isn't on it. This game, how high can he go? If he kicks another bag of 7, like, is he top 3? Or
100%. He's on the
top 6, I think.
He's in the top. Yeah, 100%.
He might be top 6 now.
He's coming off the. How did I not have him on it?
And then we get into Giants and Port Adelaide. Chevy, might I say, Toby's going to be asking you questions next week. You are, every time you're on the pod, the numbers are going up. The Oz American Aces. You're asking Toby, you're coming with the lasagna, you're coming with the good stuff. It's been awesome, Jeff.
I don't think he can see me. I don't know what Toves runs with. I don't know if he has. I don't think he can see me. The way I see him, he's just talking and listening. He's not looking at anything. He would have no idea who I am. No, if I walked up and said, I've been on a pod with you the last 2 weeks, he would know who the fuck I was unless he sees the reels. But give me my man, friend of the program.
Yeah, friend of the program.
Toby Green to kick 2 at $1.77.
Good
In case you missed it, I was back on Toby Green Tuesdays with Tommy Sheridan this week. Tobes was as shocked as me when I got the recall, but we were chatting about footy trips, Tom Green putting his jocks in the kettle, and Tobes against Port Adelaide. He kicked 1 goal 5 against them last year, and he reckons he gets Ryan Burton as his matchup. I'd heard enough.
Yeah.
I had heard enough.
Put him in.
Give me the great man for 2. When he said 1 goal 5 and Ryan Burton, I said, give me 2. He has a bag of 5 written all over him, but I'm just taking Toby Green for 2 at $1.77, boys.
Ryan Burton Bacharach.
Well done.
Burke Baccarat.
Love that league.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Is this rolling multi sort of stuff?
Rolling is, we're definitely rolling.
It's the rolling multi.
I got a look this week, and I'm going fat.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I'm going fat.
I've got a leg I'd love you to add.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me my man, Aaron Cadman, just for 1.
Your man.
At $1.19. I told you last week, his average for 1 reminds me of Bradman.
What is it?
I asked my dad if I should buy crypto. He said, that's just a fad, man. The umpire gave it not out. I said, that's bat before pad, man. If you need money quick, just back my man, Cadman.
Oh, that is
He's kicked 9 goals in his last 6, going 2, 1, 1, 2 in his last Baker's month. The stat that often catches me surprised, Jeff, and I go back and have a look at what he's done to the opposition. So his form against Port's incredible. Only played him 1, kick 1.
Yeah, he's a
so
game.
it's all there, 100%. Give me my man, Cadman, $1.19. He'll probably kick 3 against Port.
That is such good gas.
Come on.
That is such good gas. Give me Jace. Jace is the type of guy you meet at a local country footy game. No one really knows what he does, but everyone just agrees he's a freak athlete, moves like lightning, and somehow always ends up with a ball for 15 touches at $1.13. Have you ever seen him at 15? Do you ever see him out there?
I seen him get the ball.
No,
but
he's only missed 15 once this year.
Yeah,
over half his games, he's had 20 plus. And against the Giants last year, he had over 15 in a smaller role. much better player now, plays a bigger role, but he's only missed once this year. We're betting, guys.
Is it a bit stiff? Is he a bit stiff there, Jace from Das? Well, I don't know.
I reckon he's a good player.
Do you notice him?
I'm not sure. I don't watch a lot of Port games. I can't. They're unwatchable.
Yeah, that's it.
I've got no leg, boys.
Oh, you do?
And a game of Who Am I?
Oh, yeah. When's the last time you did one?
Oh, yeah, I don't do many.
Get a stinger in the truck.
Travis?
I was born in Luton, England. My mum's name is Dee and my dad's name is Trevor.
I got it.
I was a Gaelic prospect until Heath Shaw, whilst on a bender in Ireland, recruited me to come play AFL. My goal-kicking form line sounds like Darce's daily tug since he stopped working. 3, 3 and 2.
Rookie numbers.
Who am I?
Is it Wayne Rooney?
Is it Wayne Rooney?
I'm almost certain it's Shane Hill.
Shane Hill, Wayne Rooney. You guys are wrong. I'm Callum Brown, and I'm paying $1.29 to kick one when I've kicked 8 goals my last Baker's fortnight, boys.
Wow.
My last
That's
Baker,
great
I've
stats.
kicked 8. I watched Jez Cameron kick 7 on Port. There is no way Port Adelaide can stop Jesse Hogan, Aaron Cadman, Toby Green, and Callum Brown.
Nah.
He's kicked 3, 3 and 2 his last 3 weeks.
Yep.
It was Cal Brown and Cadman that got it done for the Giants in the last quarter against the Tigers, if you watched it.
Yep.
I'm only asking for 1 at $1.29. I think it's a lock, boys.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you're
just
right.
taking Cal Brown for 1.
Back the form.
Yep.
Callum Brown. I like it.
$1.30 for 1 when he's coming off 3-3-2.
Yeah.
Looks dangerous. He's a hard matchup.
And Port
he's
are
fast as lightning,
cheeks.
He's strong. Port do not have enough defenders.
I think you found one.
I've found one. I
But
absolutely love
there's going to be
Turkeys.
bleeding goals. All right, guys, that gets us through to halfway. It's now time for the most lucrative segment in all of sports.
Go Thrush.
The best bets you weren't on, but you wish you were. So proudly brought to you guys by StatMate.
Thanks,
They give
StatMate.
all the best odds. So
Incredible.
let's give out the best odds for those that start off with 20 disposals. So
Please.
Mark Keane had 23, boys. He was 575.
Wow.
Mac Andrew for 20 was 575. Noah Answorth was for 20 was 575. Isaac Quainer had his best game for the club. Best game for the club, $8 for 20. And Tom McCartan had 20 disposals, was $8 as well, Jeb.
I've got 25 disposals here. Luke Jackson was $6.50. Cal Wilkie was $6.50. Connor Nash was $9.50.
Nice.
Jack Ginnivan was $13. And Alex Neil Bullen was $14 for 25.
That's so
It's
good.
really nice.
Lewis?
For 30, so Jai Caldwell for 550. Jordan Clark was 575. Dion the Meatball Prestia, welcome back to form.
Welcome back.
$14 you could have got for 30. And then my man Cal Wilkie, G-Wow, $29 for 30 plus.
That is such a big price point.
Unbelievable.
The best for 35, Bailey Smith was $3.20. Lockie Ashmore, Jewel Man was $5. Noah Anderson was $6. And Hugh McCluggage had 41. We couldn't get him for 40, which is a bit weak. But for 35 was $11, Jeff.
Nice. I've got 1 goal kickers here just for 1. Darcy Wilmot, $4.50. Wayne Miller, $5.25. Corey Wagner, $5.75. Noah Answorth, $6.50. And Bodie Hewlin for his first goal in AFL footy was $8.50.
He's a gun, Jeff.
Big bodacious.
Audacious.
The favourite market in all the sports. 2 goals. Max Hall kicked 2 at $6.50. Tim Turano, $8. Isaac Cumming, $11. Did you say Isaac Cumming? No, that was 2 weeks ago against West Coast. Sorry. Steel side bottom, the toe ball, $11 for 2. And then Paddy Lipinski. I reckon we might have spoken about Paddy
that's my ball.
$19 for 2 you could have got.
Lipinski.
Unbelievable.
He was, and he got subbed off, I'm pretty sure.
was done.
My man Ben Keys for 3 was $8.50. Absolutely took the piss. Big Paddy Voss for 3 was $9. Sam Flanders was only $11 for 3, which is crazy. That seems so
wild.
short. And then Isaac Keeler had an awesome game for the Saints, was $13 for 3 big snags.
I got 4 goals here. Jeremy Cameron for 4 was $1.87. $1.87.
Wild.
So his line was 3.5 basically.
Shows the form.
That's so weak.
Jamie Elliott for 4 was $6. Oscar Allen was $7.50. Brody Myercheck was $7.50. And Dan Butler, 41 to 1 for 4. Dan Butler.
The mouse.
Jez Cameron, we spoke about him just for 5, 310, unbelievably
Nice.
short. Again, shows the form he's in. And then this was the big one, Jamie Elliott for 5, some unbelievable form this man, 15 to 1 you could have got for 5, which is actually a pretty nice price point, giving his form.
That's awesome. All right, that was the most lucrative segment in sports. Go Thrush. That was awesome, boys. So let's get into the Sunday game. This is where we make the cream. We're actually off to Brumbury in Western Australia. So North Melbourne have sold their game to go play in the warmer weather.
Yep.
So it's technically a West Coast home game, even though it's a North Melbourne one. So, Jev, any legs in this one?
Yeah, this bloke soars like an eagle, looks like a knight, and plays footy like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
He models his game off James Harden, spends all off-season partying, drinking, and getting fat, and then uses the games to get fit, and he gets better and better as the season goes on.
Nice, Jeff.
He's been on fire his last month, 19-1, 17-1, 15-2, 18-1. I'm talking about the great Harley Reid, and I'm taking him for 15 touches at $1.24. He's at it 10 out of his last 11 games.
Wow.
15 touches.
He's been good, Jeff.
A number one pick midfielder that's starting to get fitter, starting to play more footy. You know, he's nearly up to probably 30 games played now. 30's going to turn to 40. He's just going to get better and better. He's getting fitter. He's getting better. He looks like he's loving his footy again. Harley Reid for $15.24.
I think people forget these were Dusty numbers.
Yeah.
Like, Dusty, he was just so unassuming, just went in, he was a good player. It's just, like, Harley's just such a big name.
He'll get a bit more professional this offseason, then he'll just get better.
It'll turn.
He'll get 50 games.
Good on him.
Yeah.
He looked awesome on the weekend.
No more bets from me, but Harley 15 going in the rolling.
No,
I
I
think
love
he'll
it.
turn it up in Bunbury.
Yeah.
I think just being away from it, back to that tack cup footy.
Yeah.
Watch this
We
dominate.
saw him at Gather around that time
Yeah,
at Barker's
exactly.
Oval. He
Kicked the
was
first.
great.
That was
He
awesome.
great.
He's in.
No run. Nothing from me, boys. I had a look at the board. There was two other big games that I looked at,
Yeah,
and this
smart.
is one of them. So we move on. Carlton Essendon.
Yes.
Last year, I was never more confident. Never more confident. I said I would have had anything
Embarrassing.
with anyone on this game. And me and Noski on site, Loser had to pierce their ear. Bang. He lost. Bombers lost. Put it through. I felt confident. This year, Jeff, as the Blues play, I could say some things maybe a little bit different. But some things also stay the same, Jeb. I've never been more confident in my side. Off a bye, the Bombers are losing all their tall timber. They reckon they're happy with themselves. They go up to the Gabba, have a nice little suntan. Guess what? They're going to get absolutely pants pulled down, fist up the arse and play like a puppet. I love the Blues in this one, boys.
Yep.
I think it's an absolute lock.
Okay.
I wanted to have them head-to-head. I wanted to have a -30.
Jesus.
But we couldn't have them in. Jeff, who do you like in this one?
Oh, jeez, I'm excited for you. So Swans Blues multi is printing cash this weekend.
Lock.
Lock.
Lock ESL Clay.
If Ray Romano and Michael Chera had a baby, it would look like this bloke. I don't know what this man does in the gym, but I know he never skips nose day. You just know this man irons his socks. That's the level of polish we're dealing with.
Yeah.
He's got the running capacity of Forrest Gump and delivers like Uber Eats. I'm talking about Nick Nack, Paddy Whack, give the dog a goal. The Nick Tater, Nick Martin for 25-1. He's had 25 plus 4 games in a row with a monster 36 in there.
Bang!
And he's kicked 6 goals in his last 4 games as well. No one knows what fucking position he's playing, but he's always on his own in the forward line. Nick Martin for 25 is $1.50. Nick Martin for 1 is $1.65. I'm taking him for 25-1 against the Blues. Who's playing on him? Nobody knows. Nick Martin, the Nick Tater, Nick Nack, Paddy Whack, give the dog a goal.
That's good.
Give the dog a goal.
He almost doesn't play on anyone, does he?
Yeah, I
He
don't know if he starts half back, half
Yeah.
forward on the wing. He's just floating.
No Carlton player will pick him up. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Lewis.
Trav and Chuck, if you could just grab one.
Oh, wow.
Das. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Those words from Winston Churchill ring louder than ever as we look towards Sunday night under lights. Because when you're staring at $3.60 for Charlie Curnow to bag 4 against the Bombers, it's not just a bet, it's belief.
Yep.
His last 5 games, you asked, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3. Consistency is king,
Yep.
and Charlie's ready to explode. This isn't changing hope, it's backing persistence. Because champions aren't just born in brilliance.
Tell us.
They're forged in the fire of almost.
Yep.
We ride with Charlie.
Yep.
Not just because the numbers add up,
What?
because this feels like the moment he breaks through.
Yeah.
It's not about guarantees, it's about courage. Let's back the man in navy blue and believe that this week 4 is the floor. Give me Charlie Curnow for 4 at $3.60. As I said, his last 5 games. 3, 3, 3, 2, 3. So naturally, we like him for 4.
Yes.
All right,
Dude,
Sunday night, $3.60. Who's playing on him? That's
Yes,
my question.
All the Bombers tall Tim's injured. He might
Yep.
get Laverde. I don't know if they're going to get the matchup. He's been kicking 3 consistently.
Yep.
It's all you can always bang it in for 3. Let's turn it up to 4.
And I
this week.
think just simplify it. If he kicked 5 bags of 1 and we liked him for 2 the next week, we go, he's just ready to take that next step.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 4 threes in that
Yes.
last 5. So it is all there. And then you get a $3.60 profit.
It's 360. It's just progressive overload, isn't it?
Correct.
Just
Exactly right. It's, it's progression.
accumulation over time. He looks like he's ready to rip one open,
boy,
doesn't he?
oh boy.
Doesn't he? Hey?
Oh.
He does. It should be a goal a quarter.
Yep.
Should be a goal a quarter. Yeah,
should be
we
about
want to
6.
see a 4-quarter
Yes,
performance.
4-quarter performance.
Yep.
He should kick 8. It should be 2 goals.
I actually think he's a lock for 5.
I think 7.
Okay.
Boys, give me the skipper.
Laddering Kerner.
This bloke is tougher than your uncle's handshake after 6 beers and a bundy. Tougher than the back of your nan's hill. Grittier than a sausage sizzle in a dust storm. He gets rid of more bodies in one night than any night. Boys, give me Paddy Cripps for 25 and a snag. He's $1.53 for 25 and he's $1.83 for a snag. Big game for the skipper.
Oh, yeah.
Off a bye, he just looks like he's ready to go, oiled up. Grease me up, woman. He just looks like he's ready to go. Paddy Cripps in there. Bosh. I absolutely love the skipper in this one. You know we didn't take?
What did you do?
We'll take in the personals, though. I just want to let you guys know.
Please.
Tim English absolutely ran rings around microwave Goldstein.
Yes.
So in the personals, we're going to get on something in the ramble.
The ramble, definitely.
25 and 1. He's off a bye and he got manhandled. This is Tom DeConing, by the way, against Briggsy. Just didn't have a really good game. Started the year really well. We just think he's going to get on The Undertaker. Goldstein is going to hate the wet. He's going to hate the MCG. And he's just going to be loping around. Tom
TDK will give him a bath.
He'll kick 2 goals out of a stoppage.
Yeah.
He's actually due, because I think Rowan Marshall might have handled him as well a little bit on that Friday night game. So he might be due for one. Because that 1.4 will just be starting to lurk and you'll know that the form needs to be there.
By the way, if you guys are listening to this, like, how good does the multi sound so far?
Oh, it's a great bet.
Like, we were going through again. We're like, is this actually paying 10,000 to 1? Like, can we actually put money on this? This is awesome. All right, last game. This is Monday.
Take a few risks on Mondays.
King's birthday. Have a swing. Come up to the plate. Down 7-0. Bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded. Shohei Ohtani. Let's go. Have a swing, boy. We've got to try and get some runs on the board. Let's go, Jev. Melbourne, Collingwood. Who do you like?
Give me the toe ball.
Yeah, give it to me.
The cue ball.
Yeah.
Slick Rick.
Yep.
Chrome Dome.
Yep.
Ping pong head.
Uh-huh.
Reflecto.
Yep.
Jeff Bezos.
Who?
The Dome Ranger.
Yeah.
The Forehead Express. Give me steel side bottom for 25 and 1, boys. This is a Monday leg. I understand that. But I'm getting $2.15 for him to have 25. I'm getting $2.60 for him to kick 1.
Yeah.
And it just feels like he's consistently putting up these numbers on big standalone games on the G this year.
He loves it.
He had 31 and 1 in a win over Port Adelaide, 22 and 2 in a big win over the Dogs, 35 Anzac Day and was best on, 22 and 1 in a win over the Crows on the G, and 27 and 2 in a huge Friday night win against the Hawks last week.
Yeah.
His form in big standalone Friday night games has been huge. For a Monday leg, standalone game of the round on the G, I absolutely love Steele for 25 and 1.
Yep.
As I said, $2.15 for 25, $2.60 for 1. Monday leg, sometimes you got to take risks to win $100,000.
Definitely.
Just backing a bloke that's been on fire this year, I love. So give me the Forehead Express.
Love that. Sometimes you got to take a risk to win $100,000. That's awesome, Jeff. I love that.
Reflecto might be my all-time favourite nickname.
Reflecto.
Unbelievable.
Lewis.
Give me the Nick Dacos experience. Train by day, Nick Dacos by night,
Nice.
all day.
That's well
Nick
done.
Dacos $25, $1.29, and $1 plus $1.74. Nick Dacos is the new Nickelback, right? He just plays the hits and people just pretend they don't really rate him.
Yeah,
That's what it's the
such a
same
good
thing.
call.
You can't take his eyes off him. Nicky Netflix. Like,
Nicky
Not-
Netflix.
Not my best. But I had to
That's
go in.
good.
That's good.
25 plus $1.29 is way too much. All right, way too much. The form is a little on and off, but not by the numbers. The numbers are all there. So he's 25. He's 90% on his last 10 for 25.
Yeah.
So you feel like he's had that little bit of dip in form, but absolutely not. The last 9 out of 10 is awesome. The only time he
So
missed
consistent.
it was round 9 over in Frere when Corey Tagner got a hold of him. I think he
And he
had,
was a bit injured and played forward as well. So,
yeah, and we'll give him that. So he had the 18 that week. Last time he played the D's, though, he had 40 and 2 in round 24 last year. The value is for the snags, though. His last 3 against the D's, he's kicked 2, 1, and 1. He's kicked 3 in his last 4 at the G, and he loves the spotlight. Call in if you like the leg.
That last 40, remember him and his brother? Remember it was last game of the year they couldn't make finals? And him and Josh just went to
took the
town.
piss out of him.
That was awesome. All right, boys, what does this guy love more than a stretch, a swim, some SPS 50 and a bender? Clayton Oliver, boys, he loves 25 touches at the G. I'm surprised you... Yeah, Cantaloupe. I'm surprised you guys couldn't guess it. His last 4 against the Pies.
Yep.
So we love form. I know he's been a little bit down. He had a stinker last week. He had guys running past, wouldn't give the handball. He was turning back into traffic, turning it over. They keep talking about his Clary going to go to Geelong. I feel this game he's going to step up. And he loves his birthday. With Queen's birthday, King's birthday, doesn't matter who it is, he loves his
Nan's
date.
birthday, don't
His
you dare.
last 4 against the Pies on this date. 43, 42, 31, and 28.
That's a lot of touches.
We had to take it. So for 25, he was $1.90. Close to a $2 leg on a Sunday, on a Monday, I should say. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not
definitely.
take this? So we had to. Give me the Portuguese rattlesnake,
Yep.
Trackzilla, the Quadzilla, Nonna's Nightmare, the Pasta Prime Time, and Christian Penne Tracker. Boys, we're taking him for 25-1. For one snag, he's $1.52. His last 6 games at the G, 2, 1, 1, 2, 0, 1. That's all right.
Good form.
He pretty much kicks one
Yeah,
every
good
week.
form.
And his last 25. No, actually, no. This is why it's so big.
Yeah.
This is the game where he fucking injured himself
Yes.
last year. He had 13, got subbed off. Before that, he had 29, 28, 26, and 32 against the Pies.
Yes.
So he has good form against them. 1 year against the injury. We think he's going to step up. He had his 250th game the other week, played really well. First game of the year against the Giants when we went to go watch them. Had 2 goals, I think had 25 touches.
Yep.
He's been stepping up in the big games.
Yep.
I think the D's are finally starting to get back to a bit of form apart from last week. This is a massive game. Is this a game where they can jump him? Remember a few years ago where the D's were absolutely rolling and Buckley was about to retire and then the Pies beat them? There's been a few times the last couple of years, whoever the underdog is might get up. Primetime underdogs. Pies are almost due to get jumped, I reckon.
Will Viney go to Dacos? I wonder. I think he's back. Usually it was Neil Bullen last year. He did the job on him.
Yeah.
Neil Bullen got him last year.
How good's Neil Bullen?
Yeah.
How good's Adelaide already saying he's the heart and soul?
Yeah, I love it.
He's so good. That's this round's 100K multi. Jev, read it out.
This is a banger.
Close your eyes, listen to this. It just feels good.
So you only need $9.48
God.
to win $100,078, boys. It pays $10,500.
That's it. You'll find that in Nan Straw next to the rolling pin.
Definitely.
So let's get into it. Richmond, Sydney. Tim Torano 20, Isaac Heaney 20. We go down
Ticks.
the highway to Geelong.
Bosh.
Jeremy Cameron 2, Max Holmes 20. Head up to Canberra. Aaron Cadman 1, Callum Brown 1, Jace Burgoyne 15, Toby Green for 2.
The shadow.
Over to Bunbury. Harley Reid for 15 touches. Get into Sunday night. Carlton Eston. Kerno 4. Cripps 25-1.
Feels
Nick
good.
Martin 25-1.
Light a cigarette in the rain, Nick Martin.
We're still alive. We wake up, it's Monday morning, it's a Monday game, it's King's birthday, we're still alive.
Yep.
Nick Dacos for 25-1, Christian Petrarca for 25-1, Steele Sidebottom for 25-1, and Clayton Oliver for 25 touches.
Great.
That feels good.
I don't know where it loses.
You know what? If you look at these stats individually, it's like, can everyone just do their job?
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit more, just to make sure we're not sweating.
A touch more.
We're not sweating.
Get us alive going into Monday.
How good is it the first couple of weeks? Remember, we had Toby Green for a snag, Charlie to kick 2. That saluted in the first quarter. We're like, we're on to the next game,
Yeah.
boys. It's good sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good feeling multi.
Yep.
Really nice.
How do you feel about it?
Great.
I'm up
Probably
and
the best one of the year.
I'm jacked up.
Absolutely love it. All right, guys, so that's the round 1300K multi. Coming up next in the last third, we have the ramble. We're going to go over our bets for the first goal glory and some other stuff. We'll be right back. The Sunday Roast is back for season 2025, Jev.
Oh, the show where we celebrate the winners and roast the losers.
You can find us every Sunday night after the Bachelor's game where we get on, and Jev, it's one hell of a show.
We give you the best odds and the best opinions, but the best odds are the bet you weren't on, but wish you were on.
It is out 6 a.m. every single Monday morning after the round concludes.
Listen to it driving to work Monday morning. You'll absolutely love it. The Sunday Roast.
Let's go. All right, guys,
Come on.
we are back. Guys in the truck, hit it.
Soulful stuff.
The ramble. Boys, we're on the clock. Now, I believe before we get into it, Jev, you're going to kick us off in the ramble. A little bit of an announcement.
All right, the People's Punters Club.
Yep.
It's back. I'm bringing everyone back in.
Everyone's back.
We're going to get
Full
everyone
bar.
involved. It's funner with 12. It's funner trying to win a lot.
Yeah, I
It's so
agree.
much funner. So you just get your 12 mates. We're getting the 12 points bet talent people.
Yep.
And we're just trying to win a lot. We're trying to turn $10 into a lot.
Yep.
People's Punters Club. We're going to put a lot of effort into it this week. If you lose, I can't send Bernie to have a crap at the cricket club. but
That would be funny.
We can think of some sort of punishment.
Yep.
But we're going to get everyone involved. We're meeting with them all next Wednesday, I believe. So eye to eye and say we need this People's Punters Club to work.
Yes.
So have you got a league for the People's Punters Club? I'm gonna lower it. You speak $1.50 plus.
Okay.
I'm happy for $1.30 and more.
All right.
12 times $1.30 is a lot of money. So I'm gonna go Callum Brown for 1 goal. I just think he pops up and kicks one. I'm getting $1.30 for it.
Good bet.
Who are you taking?
I'm going to be taking Charlie Curnow for 2 goals against the Bombers at $1.31.
Love it.
It's a good leg.
Give me Harley Reid in the West.
I like it.
Bunbury. I like Bunbury. We said we like him in Gather Round when we played that local footy. This is the return of the TAC Cup. I said it in the pod. Harley Reid for $15.30 I'm getting.
It's a good leg. So there are 3, and then we got some more talent.
We're gonna get it going. I'll put my head in front of it. Make sure you follow PointsBet on this one. We'll share it on our story. They'll share it on our story. It'll be on the PointsBet app. People's Punters Club, all 12 of us back in.
Yep.
We're gonna hit before the season ends.
Yep.
We're gonna
We
hit
have
for
to.
sure.
Simply have to.
We're gonna hit for sure.
All right, so let's get into the ramble. So let's get into the first contest, which is Thursday night. As we said on Hook, Line and Sinker, by the way, which is back. It's on YouTube.
Massively
So we guess the lines. We come in, by the way, it was a push. You had the Melbourne Collingwood line closest to, so 4-4. So it's a draw.
Yep.
We'll really start the tally from next week because it is the draw as we come through. But Thursday night, Dogs and the Hawks. So I always give some stats. So the Western Bulldogs have won each of its last 9 matches at Marvel.
They're so good there.
They're good there. So that's $1.43. Each of Hawthorn's last 5 matches at Marvel Stadium have gone over the total match points. So it's currently 172. That's $1.88. So we could take the Bulldogs. We could also take the over. But if you're really happy with the Bulldogs, Hawthorn has failed to cover the line in 8 of its last 9 matches at Marvel. So the line is minus 14.5 towards the Bulldogs.
That's a lot.
14.5. But 8 of the last 9, Hawthorn have failed to cover. You think that they're going to come out a little bit stronger, but you just never know. So that's what the numbers are saying. What do you think about them? And is there anyone that you really like in this game? I think we said on Hook, Line and Sinker, Bond, I think we think all the midfielders could probably pop up for one. It could be like there's a couple games every year where multis salute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they really salute. It's going to be pissing down most of the week in Melbourne. It could be
Marvel.
Bond for 21, Richards for 21, Libber for 21,
Matt Kennedy for
21.
John Newcombe could even have 20-1.
Yeah.
Lathan Vandermeer, 15-1.
Lathan Vandermeer, our man. No, I just love the Dogs to win. I forgot to buy it, but you owe us a sour lolly next week, Das. I said either Collingwood or Hawthorn will win by 25 plus. Pie's beaten by 50 points.
Yeah, good call.
Thought that was a layup.
Yep.
And this has a similar feeling. I think the Dogs roll.
Yep.
I think the Hawks are mentally shot from the pressure of being premiership favourites in the off-season when they've done bugger all in this competition. So, well, for 10 years, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, yeah,
Do we go 2 of the lollies and double or nothing? Is it 25 points again?
I'll take 25 points.
Yeah,
Either
so-
way, but the Hawks win by 25 plus as well.
Yeah, see, I've got both teams
Under 25.
Yeah, to be under 25.
Yep.
That's fun.
And you got to put, so start of the show next week, you got to put 2 of the most sour lollies I can find in your mouth and do your intro.
Yep.
Can't swallow them, just have to suck.
Yep.
Love it.
Is there any goal kickers you like in this one?
I just love
Riley
the Miz.
West.
Do you know they were going to pick Sam Darcy for this, but they've gone one more week?
Wow,
Is he
I
ready to
like
come
that
back
gone
already?
again.
Ready to come back.
Put him on, just give him as much time as he
so
needs.
he's probably going to play next week. Oh, they might have a bye next week and he's going to play the week after. But they're like, he's ready to go.
But why they're winning, don't.
Yeah.
Just leave him.
he was training that well. They had to pull him off the track because he was training too well. They were too scared. That's how well he's going.
Here we go. Is this surprising for you guys? Riley West is the favourite to kick 3 goals.
Yeah.
325.
He's a favourite for 2 as well, naturally. But yeah, absolutely.
325.
$1.74 for the 2. I went straight to the 2 goal kickers, as you know I usually do. There's some ones that really stand out. Buku Karmas for $2.70 you can get for 2. His last Baker's month, 2-3-1-2-1. He's kicked 3 times in that last 5.
That's awesome.
Matty Kennedy is another one, $3.10. He kicked 3 last week, 1 the week before that, and then 3 before that. So the form is all there.
This is this bloke's formed us. 2, 2, 1, and 2. And he's paying $4.20 to kick 2. Who am I talking about?
Is it Kennedy?
Ed Richards. Ed Richards paying $4.20 to kick 2, and his form is 2, 2, 1, and 2. I am looking. We know we love half-back flankers to kick goals. Josh Weddle, and I'm
850.
looking for Bailey Dale. Bailey Dale and Jason Johannesson. He kicks one every time he plays at Marvel.
He
Jason
does.
Johannesson. What's Bailey Dale playing for 2? $11. And Johannesson's 23.
Yes.
If you want to make money, there's so many when we read out the best bets you weren't, but you wish you were in the roast. Like you go through, what if I told you, let's go, Ed
Harry
Richards, you
Morrison
said
kicked
4.
5.
Blake Hardwick, 2 goals, 440. Why weren't we on that?
Yeah.
440 is awesome. Harms, 2 goals, 440. He's
Yep.
kicked a few this year.
Harmers and cheese.
Riley Sanders, your man, 650. Joel Frazier might come out have a career best night, $7.50.
Probably will.
There is some serious money to be made in this game.
Couldn't agree more.
Serious money.
I love Bont to kick 2.
Definitely.
Is there a chance as well? I know we're rambling.
Just
but
battle, just go to Bont. Do you just swing that magnet?
And follow him up to the ball, though.
Is he the only one that can go with Bont?
do we like anyone else for
Carl Amon, Jarman Impey, they're not big enough for Bont.
35 touches? It's been a touch fest.
Yeah,
Do you back Bailey Dale to go again just for 35 is 575.
It's not bad.
It's a bit short.
But if you build a multi round that, like some shorter
You
legs,
get up to like 16, Jev.
then
it's bettable.
that's good.
Ed Richards for 30 at $3.30 is just as good as Bailey Dale. For
Ed Richards for 35 at 950. His hair's so red it's purple.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
That's good.
I like it a lot.
I like that game. I hope you guys know that there is so much money to be made
Yeah,
in
we
this
just
one.
like midfielders for goals and snags.
And then we get into it. So the Friday night, so Adelaide and Brisbane. Are we going to first kick off with our first goal glory?
First goal glory. Explain first goal glory to us.
We already have. You know the drill. But you've gone last week. So you had Jamie Allett for the first half and the second half. You ended up kicking both of those. Unbelievable. So it's on the scoreboard. 18.50 you're on. Who are you taking first up? Adelaide versus Brisbane.
First pick, I'm going to take Liver King, Riley Thilthorpe at $9 to kick the first.
That's good. Really nice.
Lewis?
Josh Rochelle at 10. Gone the small.
I'll be just going with the form. Logan Morris at $11.
I like the
and then I go back again. My man Ben Keys for 15.
That's
I
nice.
can see him kicking the first of the second half. I
Definitely.
think that's nice. That's points on the board for me.
I like it.
Lewis?
Charlie Cameron, 13. Again, I like the second half. I think that's strategic, Dust. Thinking about that second half.
And I'll take Kai Lohman, my man Kai Lohman, at $16. If I hit that, I'm
it's
not
all-
bowling pins.
It's all over.
No. So, yeah, the loser of this at the end of the year has to hit 100 strikes at bowling.
100 strikes.
That is so much
I don't know
fun.
how good you guys think you are at bowling. 100 strikes. I'm no more than 3.
Well, as I said, I've averaged it out. If you get 3 a game, it's 6.6 hours. But I think that's really good going.
Well, at least we'll make an event of it. We'll tell people where
Well,
we
the
are,
day of the
invite
year.
people down. We'll have bowl some pins with
Bowling
us.
shirts.
Couple of hot
Now,
dogs.
I have to give a shout out. Billy Anderson, one of our followers, DM'd us before with probably one of the nicest messages of all time.
Filthy.
Like, it was so good. It showed the boys. Morg almost shed a tear. It was just like, keep going. It was awesome. Like, you know what? We love you, mate. So we're going to give you a shout out. And also, give us a leg. Give us 2 legs for the ramble.
Yep.
How smart's this? He obviously listens. He understands footy. Adelaide, Brisbane, he said, just give me Dawson for 20 and 1.
Good bet.
I said, that is so sharp by him.
He gets it.
Yeah, he just understands it. So I've got a little stat here for you, boys.
Please.
Brisbane has won each of its last 10 matches when coming off a rest advantage.
Okay.
They are paying $2.34.
Okay.
So they've
Like
had
it.
more of a rest advantage because they played the early game.
What I would do for a rested.
$2.34. So do with that what you will. It's won its last 10
Hammer
off a rest. It's going to be pissing down in Adelaide.
Boys, we absolutely love on this program small forwards,
Here we do.
especially when it's raining in Adelaide.
Also,
Small forwards.
also shout out to the merch.
I don't look at my screen odds, Morgs, but I want you to guess the odds of this multi.
All right.
So it's all the smalls to kick 2 from both sides. It's 6 legs, 3 from each. Rochelle, Rankin and Keys
Yep.
for 2 each. Charlie Cameron, Kalachi, Kai Lohman to kick 2. So all of them to kick. It's a lot of goals. That's 12 goals.
Yep. In the
But
wet.
it's 3 from each in the wet. We love small forwards in there. What
Oh, yeah.
would you say that pace? Just you haven't even looked at the odds.
$78.
78.
I thought 68.
500 to 1, boys.
Shut up.
500 to 1. How good's that?
That's going on 100 on the points bet. All the small things.
All the small things. Yeah, we'll make it. But so that's
You know what you do
12
as well?
goals. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If we can get those to combine for 12
Yep.
on the points bet, we might take a pay hit. They might still give us 100 to 1 or something.
I like it that a lot.
But let's take it.
I like it. All the small things.
I would love
Small
to
things
know.
combined for 12, those 6 smalls. Jeffy Fridays, you got any tips for me, Das? What happens in this game?
Jeffy Fridays, I think it's a carrot.
Who you tipping? Who you leaning? Do the Crows roll? Do they solidify themselves as a top 4 team?
I think they roll at home. I'm not sure if you remember. I think last year, the year before, this is where they had the draw.
Yes.
It was an absolute banger of a
Slobber
game.
knocker.
It was a slobber knocker, yes. Are you buying into the Rochelle is going to keep up the form?
Yes.
You are?
He's just playing super confident.
Where would you land on most goals for him potentially?
3, 4.
So
2, 3, 4 ladder. What's he
So,
for 4?
well, let's go 3 at $3.40 in the wet. Or do you reckon he shirks it a touch?
Yeah, maybe Shirks at a touch.
All right, so we'll go 2.
No,
More?
our favourite. No, you go, Morgs. Sorry.
Give me Devitt Robertson for 1.
Das, what do
Who-
we do? What do we do when we bet on Brisbane?
Oh, we bet on touches. So,
The
yes,
Brisbane
here
20.
we go. Here we go. So we got goal kickers for Adelaide. Let's take a few singles.
Oh, yeah.
And then we take touches for Brisbane.
Yeah.
So you got McCluggage. You've got Zorko.
Neil,
you've got Will
Ashcroft,
Ashcroft.
McCluggage, Zorko, and Dunkley
All for 20.
are all 100% 20. Their last 10. I've added Dawson in here. Jordan Dawson for 20. So that gets you 240 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then go to goals.
Fogarty, Thilthorpe.
Just 1 or 2?
One. Fogarty, Thilthorpe, Rochelle, Pedler,
Rankin,
Rankin.
$1.40. So we've got Thilthorpe, Fogarty, Rochelle, Rankin, and then all the touches for 20. We're getting $5.25.
That's good. See, I like that. I can build around that.
$5.25. It's short, but it's good.
But that's what it's meant to be. Who's
the wins?
Morgs? Who's least likely in your mind to kick 3 goals in this game?
Least likely.
Least likely.
Like Harris Andrews.
Nah, but 4. There's someone that you can bet on.
Darcy Fort.
Darcy Fort. That's nice. Where is he? Where is he? I want to put this
It's
on.
the context.
No,
Darcy Gardner?
I'm just
Is he
good.
talking about? I think he's talking about Darcy Gardner.
Darcy Gardner.
No, Darcy Fort is unlikely to kick 3.
I think he's not playing.
Yeah, Darcy Gardner. Bang.
Darcy Fort, the big ruckman.
Darcy Gardner's in there. I gotcha. And then also, who's least likely?
That's what's playing. He's not kicking through though.
Who's least likely to have 30 out of the bunch? Zach Bailey, Wilmot, Berry, Jared Berry, Worrell.
Heaps of them.
What is this?
Pick one. I'm putting on
Berry.
What one? Jared or Sam? We'll go Jared.
Chris.
This is the multi. $301. Darcy Gardner to kick 3. Jared Berry to have 30. $301. Watch that shit in. Watch this shit in.
This is why the bookies drive around in Ferraris and we bet $1.
Hey, I'm not going to odds boost because I'll say that. I'm going to have $1 on this. This is $300 in the kitty.
Hey, I've got actually a good bet for you.
Yeah,
I got a
he's
rolling
got the
multi.
rolling multi. Thank God.
When this hits,
This one is a banger. 5 legs. So I went a bit fatter and I cut it off at 5 legs. Jez for 2 at $1.30.
that's a good
That
one.
hits. This didn't go in the 100K, but I like it. I'm taking the Tigers with the points. 14.5 against the Swans on Saturday, Jeff. $1.87. I like the 14.5. Toby fucking Green Tuesdays for 2 plus $1.77.
Yes.
He kicks that. Harley Reid for $15.30 in Bunbury.
You love that leg.
Nick Martin for 1.
You won for one.
One
I get-
cigarette in the rain.
$9 even.
Nice.
$9 even. That 5 leg is an awesome one to follow. I thought this thing was
You
dead and
log in
buried.
and have a couple of bucks.
Dead
in
and
it.
buried, I thought this was. And then I got a couple of comments saying, where's the rolling multi? Couldn't believe it.
Can this week be powered by Rolling Hollywood? Because you cashed that at $9 with Ray Romano, and then you're going straight to Hollywood Pizza on the way home, are you not?
better believe it.
You're getting 9 Capricosas.
Yep.
Can you log in and put that on?
Yeah, we'll once the show's
I'll
done.
tell you what I'd love you to add to that. Toronto Raptors to win the chip next year.
Nah, they're not getting Giannis.
Apparently they're getting Giannis and KD.
Nah, they're not.
You're not in.
I'm out.
KD a cancer?
Shams. Nah.
Everywhere he goes, it loses.
Shams
He's not
Sharonia
cancer.
just said they're talking about
Yeah.
getting together in
Apparently
Toronto.
they want everyone.
Yeah.
They'll sign Sean Kemp. They could.
Apparently Essendon are going after him. The Bombers.
Shams.
KD.
You're an OKC man. Final start this week. OKC Pacers. Who
Are you
got?
nervous? How do you actually feel about
I'll
it?
be nervous once I'm watching. Right now, I'm just happy, but I'll be nervous once it
For
starts.
the fans, how long have you been going for him for? Not like 2 months or something.
2012. 2012 was when I realised that the Sonics went to OKC, but irrelevant. No one cares about that. I did say that they'll just handle the Wolves. I did say it on the show. I said the only way that they would lose would be if Ant could beat Jordan. He sort of tried to be towards the end, but he's just not ready yet. It wasn't a knock on
He's
him.
only 23.
But I said to a good man of ours,
But
the
he's not 23.
The twisted truth. I would have rather played the Knicks. I think we had the Knicks covered. The Pacers scare me. I'll go OKC in 7.
7.
Yeah, I don't
Well, I'm
like.
pretty positive in 5 or 6.
So am I, and maybe that's just me being
6.
nervous.
OKC in 6.
7 and overtime.
Do you know what the bet is? I heard this on a couple of pods.
7 and overtime.
OKC minus 1.5.
Yeah, take the handicap on the games. That's the bet.
On no matter what side it leans.
Yeah. No one likes hearing Australians talk basketball, so let's move on from this.
That's it. That's the show.
Put a bow on it.
That's a program. Guys, thank
First
you for
goal.
joining us. First goal glory. Loser does 100 pins. Jev will be sitting on a rolling pin next week if the Tigers beat the Swans. Jev will be there. How confident are you out of 10?
Like, lock. Like a fucking lock. Jesus Christ.
Also, we can't wait for Dudley to be back in the side. Can we, Morgs? We love Dudley.
We love Dudley.
We love Dudley.
Can't buy how much?
Pick your poison, Jev. How much? 25?
25.
Carlton by 25.
Swans by 25. Easy money.
Chile, baby, back
If you
ribs.
made it all to the end of this pod, comment Dudley.
Dudley.
Welcome back, Isaiah Dudley, after the bye.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.